This is exactly what Spurs fans wanted to see. Keldon Johnson working on that shot in the offseason, and it's looking buttery smooth right now. And a ranking has come out showcasing the top 10 best young cores in the NBA, and the San Antonio Spurs are ranked high at the top. And we are going to discuss all of that here on Spurs Digest with your host, Keenan Warner. And if you guys haven't yet, make sure you guys take a spur of the moment to get every Spurs moment by hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss all the great content that we at Spurs Digest have coming for you from me, Josh, and Brian. We're close to 10K in subscribers, guys. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, just hit that. It's free down there, and you get all content. We are coming at you daily. But Keldon Johnson right here, big body, Maserati, this man who has one of the most infectious smiles in all of the NBA. Last season only shot 31.8% from the three-point line, but
yep, great job.
His shot is looking buttery smooth right now.
Your base.
There's no hitch.
Yep.
It's clean. It's one motion. The thing with him is he sometimes could get caught up in his release. That looks like it's going away right now. Keldon Johnson, just to showcase how good this man can be, we're going to look at a more in-depth of what he did last year. 13.5 rebounds, about an assist and a half, 48% from the floor, which is super good, especially since he shot only 31.8% from three and 29% on corner threes last year. Wasn't a great shooting year for Keldon Johnson. He was in a different role. He was just kind of in a different mold mindset. Like when he's coming into a team, okay, so am I the fifth, sixth option on the team? How am I going to work in the second unit? Okay, now Devin Vassell's coming in. And the whole entire carousel of the San Antonio Spurs roster last season, plus obviously the coaching changes when Gregg Popovich went down and now Mitch Johnson steps in. Now he's fully going to step in, gets to integrate his full offense and whole repertoire into the San Antonio Spurs this year. There's going to be such more of a cohesive unit here, and Keldon Johnson could be a high beneficiary of that happening. I mean, if we take a look right here, this is an order of his years. The top is 59.1%. That is the first year he was in the league. That is on a very, very low 17 games. But this is his three-point percentage per year. 33, almost 40, 33, 35. That 31.8 does not line up with the remainder of his career. As you see, he's a 35% three-point shooter for the entirety of his career. If Keldon Johnson can just get back to his career average of 35 a game, or 35% from three a game, he could really benefit the Spurs in a major way because he will provide the spacing that they need. People will close out on him, and then he really gets to use that big frame that he slendered down last year. He really got into shape last year. And it's going to showcase what he can actually do and help benefit the Spurs on the outside. But going from that into this, ranking the 10 best young cores in the NBA ahead of the 2025-2026 season. Obviously, young talent is something that the league is littered with right now. Every team's got so much young talent. Players are coming in younger. They obviously have more and more AAU circuits, more and more like Curry-style camps where these kids are just getting exposed to high-level basketball at a younger age, so they're coming into this league, they're ready to play, and we just continue to showcase that. As you said, a lot of our best players in the league are younger stars, but 25, 26 shaping up to be a showcase not just for star power, but dynasties built from youth and patience. Obviously, we saw what Oklahoma City has done and what they have put together. The Pacers, they're not a dynasty, but they have been a younger team that's been building up, and now a lot of their players are in their prime. They're going to have a gap year. We saw what Boston did last year. They're going to have another gap year, both of those due to Achilles injuries to their best players, but we're going to see this coming for years to come. We see what the Rockets are doing, and obviously we see what the San Antonio Spurs are doing. Across the league, franchises built homegrown players, focusing on long-term growth in their young cores. Juggernaut OKC, generational center Wemby, 10 best young cores. And where do the Spurs rank? They rank number 2. Number 1 is Oklahoma City. They're coming off a championship. Shea, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren. Obviously, they have other players coming off the bench. We know what they've got. They deserve the number 1. They just won the NBA Finals, won 68 games last year. They deserve it. But number 2 is the San Antonio Spurs. And it should be a shock to nobody. Why? You have the best player 21 and under in the league, the best player 25 and under in the league, of course. De'Aaron Fox, 27. Dylan Harper, 19. Stephon Castle, 20. Vassell, 24. Sochan, 22. These guys are barely able to get alcohol, and they're just such good basketball players. They have such good attitudes. They have such good... They're going to be such good pillars for the San Antonio Spurs organization for a long period of time, because you have the blueprint that hinges on the transcendent potential of Victor Wembanyama. And obviously, the potential is the best player to ever play basketball. You don't get to say that about more than 5 players who've ever came into the league where you're like, man, that looks like he has GOAT potential. This Wemby guy has GOAT potential. We know, we know 24, 11, 4, and 4, and shot 35% from 3 last year, 48% from the floor. Like, this guy has just GOAT potential, and he's going to continue to grow. The length, the mobility, the skill, swiftly becoming the NBA's most intriguing young star. He is the most intriguing young star. He is the most intriguing prospect since LeBron James coming into the league. I don't care. I understand there's Anthony Davis and Kevin Durant and Derrick Rose and whomever, who doesn't matter. They're not Wemby. He is going to own the Defensive Player of the Year award, and he'll have multiple MVPs. Book it. Obviously, just book it. Paired with De'Aaron Fox, 27-year-old veteran impact scorer, but he's still got the youth because he's only 27, a 27-year-old veteran. That just shows how young this team really is. The blend of the youthful upside, the season's reliability, uncommon mix in today's youth-first narrative cracks the list since he's just under 28 years old, entering into his prime years. We got Jeremy Sochan. We throw in Jeremy Sochan. 11.4 points, 6.5 rebounds, 2.4 assists per game last season, 53.5% from the floor, close to 31% from 3, and he has been another guy who is working on that jump shot, and that jump shot looks like it doesn't have a hitch. We're going to see what he looks like in Eurobasket, and we'll see what he looks like during the season, because of that jump shot, I continue to say it, this channel is probably annoyed with me saying it, Aaron Gordon. That's what we need from this man. Aaron Gordon went from 29% from 3 to 43.6% from 3 over 2 years ago to last season. He became a super reliable three-point shooter, a guy in the dunker spot, and a versatile defender. It's exactly what Jeremy Sochan can be. Game-changing instincts, ferocity, the nucleus not just built on upside. He really can be the Draymond Green style-esque player for this team, which is that defensive glue. Obviously, we know what Wemby is, and he's really just he's the engine that goes, but he can be the guy, the loose ball guy, you need that guy with a backbone, and Jeremy Sochan has all of that. He can definitely provide that to that young core. And then we see a guy here in Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper, one of the contenders for 2026 Rookie of the Year already. We're going to get into his stats here in a moment. Defensive instincts. And then obviously a long-term star, Stephon Castle, a lockdown wing. Stephon Castle, lockdown wing, two-way disruptor, last year's Rookie of the Year. And then we've got Devin Vassell, kind of a glue offensive guy who can do a lot of different things offensively. And when he is right, he is right. When we look here, Stephon Castle, 14.7, 3.7, 4.1 last year, 43% from the floor, 28.5 from 3. That three-point percentage has got to go up, but you know what? A lot of players come into the league not really being able to shoot at a high clip, and they can develop as shooters. He was working with the God this offseason, and that shot, I believe, is just going to only go up and up. And Devin Vassell, 16, 4, and 3, 44.3% from the field, 37-ish from 3. And you have to think, Devin Vassell, from March on last year, was shooting 47% from the floor and close to 41% from 3. He could not get a rhythm all year long, but once he really got into his rhythm, he was shooting at a high clip. It's just now, can he play alongside other great players and still maximize his potential? And we'll see what that happens this year, because the Spurs have a lot of different moves they can make. But let's get into this guy real quick. Dylan Harper, 19, 5, and 4 last year in college, 33.3% from 3, 48.4 from the field. He got to the line at a high rate. He got into the paint at a high rate last year in college, the highest of getting into the paint, his attempts at the basket. He is one of the best finishers to come into the draft in some time as a rookie prospect. So Dylan Harper, with Victor Wembanyama, with Devin Vassell, with Jeremy Sochan, all of these guys coming together, Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, this young core is built to be in San Antonio for a long period of time and is built to go win a lot of games every year for a long period of time. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Keldon Johnson is going to be a part of this young core still and going to be able to take that, get back to what he was shooting, or maybe even take a little bit of a step up shooting from beyond the arc? And do you feel like this young core has the potential to be the best young core in the league, maybe even going into the 2026-2027 season? Let me know in the comments. But this has been Spurs Digest with your host, Keenan Warner. I appreciate all of you guys, and I'll be seeing you guys again very soon.